Welcome to the next episode of the Gamers Table. It is Monday, November 15th, and we are reviewing...
Don't do that.
Now you got them all out of order. There's like 4 different types of cards in there, you chucklehead. Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table. It is Monday, November 15th, and we'll be reviewing Lunar Markets. I created Lunar Markets, so you think I would be, giving you the effusive praise all the time. But no.
It's his game.
That's right, it's created by me. Okay.
So you know he's going to like it.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. Okay, I'll just
He
give you
can't
this
remember
part.
how to play it.
No, I'm trying to figure out which part of the rules to read. Okay.
It wouldn't be the first game he made and didn't know the rules to it.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be the first game I've made, and I just never win it. Which obviously means it's a balanced game. Okay, Lunar Markets by C. Edward Stewart. That's me. Available at the Games Crafter online. Email address right there. Actually, website address right there. Not an email address. Because an email address would just send it to me.
Print
I
it
don't
right
want
on the board.
Okay. Buy low, sell high, but don't forget to keep your staff alive. Oh, and pay to keep your buildings in good repair. And keep your eye on the fluctuating markets and the political situation. Oh well, no one ever said running a company on the moon would be easy. Just remember one thing, profit.
Lunar Markets, it's a very mathy game. It's it's a lot of calculations. Which is all right. Like it's a lot of playing around with the market, but in the sense the market's a little bit hard to manipulate.
The good things about this game, I'm saying, I did design it, do all the artwork for it, but still, here's the main game board. The entire turn sequence is written down there. This is for the basic game. This is for the more advanced game, so you can play either type of it. And this is the markets board, which is a separate board, which keeps track of the fluctuating markets for ore, energy, and food. It's got a lot of calculations, a lot of math. It's a financial simulation game. These optional cards, they're called Subterfuge, and they are all bad things that you can do to get yourself ahead and screw over the other players. These cards were demanded by Chris, the nice guy over here, who wanted to have a way to screw with the players more directly. So these are in here.
He tells me I do that all the time.
They're optional.
The subterfuge cards are nice because then you can interact with the other players. If everyone's playing a game and you can't interact, you might as well playing solitaire. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't pick up the board while you're playing to read it.
Yeah.
Some people figure that out without dumping all the pieces.
Email time. Only said it once today.
Email time!
Damn it.
Haha.
Okay, this is for Twilight Imperium. So this was a fairly recent review because if you're actually watching for when we tape this, Twilight Imperium just went live yesterday. Anyway, okay, the first one is, could you please put the topic of discussion in the video title, please? So far, you guys are starting out well. You just need to fix the audio problems and title your videos properly. And hopefully the audio problems are gone because I've moved the mic to a different place and we'll make sure it's always recording. What happened was Chris's close-ups, the audio didn't get recorded through the good mic, only through the camera mic. So having to adjust it for him meant all the other audio suffered, therefore.
Another audio problem right here. I don't speak up enough.
I don't know. I think you should stop speaking up.
Shut up.
Okay, so to address this, if you mean just on YouTube, I can certainly put the Gamers Table episode 1 and then the game after it if you're searching it on YouTube. But it will be up within the next few weeks on fbnmultimedia.com under the Gamers Table. You'll be able to go there and all the episodes will be there to view. And they are also on Board Game Geek in the area for that particular game. So they are fairly connected to the games they have. Okay, another guy writes to this saying, you guys are very lucky. The problem with these big board games is that I can't find people to play with. I'm going to agree with you on that. We are fairly lucky. We have a fairly big group that will play the larger games, so we can play something like Arkham Horror or Twilight Imperium with more than just 3 base players.
I've also responded to that comment online as well, saying, there's lots of different ways you can meet other people, either by going to your local game store. A lot of game stores will have a bulletin board where gamers can put notes on there where you can get to know other people to play specific games, or there's lots of ways online, like Board Game Geek as well.
If you're into financial games, I would say pick up Lunar Markets because it's fun. And with the addition of the subterfuge cards, you can screw with the other players. And with your choice of buying and selling at the markets, you can screw with other players that way and make things just not available. Or make them cost so much that they end up having to sell off stuff that they were using to brew stuff, and all of a sudden, your company crashes. And I've seen that happen more than once. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. But I'm not. I'm going to give it a 7. Because this game isn't for everyone. It is, like I said, it's a very complex game in terms of the amount of calculating you need to do, because
It's
the
very,
markets
very
are fluctuating.
Mathy.
Yeah, there's a lot of math involved. You might want to have a calculator sitting by when you're playing the game. There are ways you can be nasty to other players, and everything looks good. I'm really glad I have to give a thumbs up to the games crafter who did the final production for this game based on the artwork and everything that I gave them. It really does look very good, and I'm very happy with it. But like I said, if you're not into a sort of really cerebral type game, you're going to have to do a lot of thinking, a lot of calculating. This game wouldn't be for you. But if it sounds like a financial game is up your alley, go to the games crafter and look for Lunar Markets and buy it. Please.
I don't mind this game as much. I liked it a little bit better when I could break it. Now, I think he's made it so I can't break it so much. It's made the game seem a little too, like, instead of being able to make a big jump, it's kind of like that. Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
You don't want somebody running away with a game, though. Just right off the bat.
But you got to be able to make
Got to be some challenge.
Did you give him a number?
No, I don't think I did.
You can't count.
I think I'll give it a 6. Just because, yeah, it's very mathy and just...
Yeah, well, I helped play test it once. We didn't quite finish the game, so I know he really wants me to review this because it's his game, but I'm going to hold back on this one. Although the production quality, it looks really nice. He's got some nice pieces, and the board looks great. Everything's laid out very nicely. No problem. When you go look at the boards and everything, it's not hard to understand. Really.
We'll have to introduce you to the subterfuge
So I'll have to
cards.
actually sit down and actually play a full game with him, or a couple of them, to get a good idea of what it's like. But I'm going to hold back on this one.
Okay. No, that's no problem. Like that's why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. I would rather be the way we have been for all the games. We're telling you what we think about these games, and I don't think my game is for everyone. I didn't make a game that appeals to families and casual gamers and stuff. This is for serious financial game geeks. And if that's what you're like, you should probably check this game out. So that's it for the Gamers Table for Lunar Markets. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
To the moon!
All right, we got the quote that I can put all over.
To the moon!